I'm Heather with Heather Bakes, and welcome to my first ever video blog. The occasion for this video blog is because the nice people at Newman's Own decided to send me some free product and this nice video camera that Brian's using to film me right now. So I'm going to use a few of their products to make an easy 30-minute family-friendly recipe, and you guys can see that right here. So the products from Newman's Own that I'm using are their tomato basil marinara sauce, and this is the secret ingredient, their light Caesar dressing. So what we're making tonight are individual calzones, and it's a great recipe for families because the kids can help and everybody can pick their own toppings. So you can get the kids in the kitchen, get them putting all their favorite pizza toppings on the calzones, and then they're more likely to eat them afterwards. So I'll start with our ingredients, and the first one is our pizza crust, and this is just a refrigerated pizza crust. It's really easy to find in the grocery store. They're usually near like the biscuits and the pie crusts. So I've just unrolled it into a rectangle, which is the shape that it comes in once you get it all unrolled and kind of evened out a little bit. Our next ingredient is going to be the Newman's Own tomato basil marinara, and then we have some ricotta cheese. Let's see. Then our toppings, which you can use whatever you want, basically whatever you like on a pizza will work for this. What I've chosen is turkey pepperoni, some just sliced mushrooms, some yellow chopped pepper, and then you have your mozzarella. I've brought a little flour just in case the dough starts sticking, but I don't anticipate that happening. We might need it though. And then this is just our Caesar dressing. So, step one is you roll out your dough, and then actually step one is you preheat the oven to 425, don't forget that. But you take your dough and you're just going to cut it into quarters. So you're just going to do, are you going to zoom in on this one? You just do one cut down the middle, and then you do one across. And so this is going to actually make 4 calzones. And the way you make them is you just separate 1/4 of the dough. Take it like this, and then set it right here. And so your toppings are going to go on the bottom half of the calzone, and then you're going to end up folding the top over. So what I would start with is the marinara. So here it is. And this is Newman's Own, which they sent me these products, but I've always loved this company because they use all natural ingredients and they donate 100% of their profits to charity. And everything I've tried tastes good, so it's kind of a win-win. Open up the jar, and I'm just doing it straight from the jar because it's just the way I roll. You take a spoonful of the marinara sauce and you just spread it on your calzone, just on the bottom half. And I like a lot of sauce, but I know some people don't. If you didn't want to use marinara sauce, you can always use pesto. Okay, and then next up, which I forgot to get another spoon. This one, you don't look in my jar, is the ricotta cheese. So you're going to take a spoonful of ricotta with clean hands and just plop it on top of the marinara and just kind of spread it out. And that's just going to add a little layer of creaminess to the calzone. So just go like that. Try to keep the marinara a little away from the edge. There you go. Okay, so then next I'm going to do my pepperoni. Just do a few pieces in here. And then we have the mushrooms. Put a few on here. And then this is what is good for the kids to help you with because it's not really that messy. They can just put on their own toppings. Alright, and then finally the peppers. And if you use peppers, what I did is I chopped mine first and sauteed them in a little bit of olive oil just to kind of soften them up, and also so they don't release so much liquid in the calzones because you don't want your calzone to be just squishy and watery. So put those on there. And if you use fresh mushrooms, you probably want to do the same thing. Alright, just as much as you like. Alright, then the next step is your mozzarella cheese. Just put it on top. There you go. Alright. Okay, and then the next thing you do is you take the top half of the dough and you just fold it over the bottom half, like so, and then you like press it down a little bit. And then to really seal it in, see I put too much marinara on there. To really seal it in, you take a fork and you just kind of go around the edges, like so. And it makes it look pretty, but it also seals the edges so the toppings don't leak out. So go all the way around with your fork. Just don't stab the dough. Okay. Alright, so now it's time for our secret ingredient, which is the Caesar dressing. And you're going to think this is weird, but it's just going to add something a little extra to the dough and give it a little bit more flavor. I'm taking a pastry brush, and I'm just swishing it around in the dressing. And then I'm going to brush it onto my dough. Just give it a nice little coating. All the way around. So now I have I'm going to do the same thing with these these three, but you don't need to see that. And I'm going to put them all on a parchment lined baking sheet, like this. See if I can transfer this. It might have made sense to do like this whole process on the parchment lined baking sheet, but that's okay. Okay, so then you just put it there. Then just spread them out evenly on the baking sheet. And we're going to put them all in the oven at 425 for about 15 to 17 minutes until they're golden brown. And I'm going to go ahead and stick them in the oven and finish these, and then we'll be back to show you the final product. Hi, we're back. I just pulled the calzones out of the oven. They stayed in for 15 minutes, and as you can see, they're a nice golden brown color. Brian and I did a little experiment before we stuck them in the oven, and we vented 2 of the calzones just to make sure that, you know, if the steam built up with all the toppings in there, you know, so that would help it not ooze out. But it doesn't really look like it made that much of a difference. So feel free to vent or not vent, whatever floats your boat. So let's cut into one and see how it looks. Let's do this one. Okay. And take my monster knife here and cut in. Alright, so here we go. Yay! There's our toppings. So yeah, I think they turned out really well. And what you would do to serve is just put a little bit of marinara in a bowl and serve that alongside your calzones. So yeah, thanks for watching my first ever vlog, and I hope you like the recipe. And thank you to Newman's Own for the products and for the flip camera. So have a great night!